I wanted to take a look at this. It's a Brass Monkey 35 litre fridge. There's a dual zone fridge freezer. Got a detachable lid. Reversible, yeah. Reversible. DC power, AC power adapter. Yeah, so these ones have a separate power adapter. They're not, the 240 volt converter isn't inside the unit, it's external. DC compressor, dual mode. Oh, max and economy, yep. That's good for if you're running off a battery. Just sort of reduces the current draw. Yeah, they have an external battery as well, removable one, which is handy, but expensive. Wheels, telescopic handle. 3-year warranty. I mean, that's better than a lot of the fridges, really. So that's pretty good, that. Low battery voltage, USB port, yeah. Bluetooth, if you want to, you know, give all the information over to some random company. It is the GH2020, if you can see that in the corner there. That's the model. And this was bought at Jaycar in Australia. So I'm just going to fork up this tape. Well, that's good and forked. Nice polystyrene. Little blocks. I think the bag is just sitting over the top. Oh no, the unit's sitting inside the bag. Okay, that's alright. Okay, this is going to be difficult to do on camera. So excuse me if I just go off shot there a little bit. Okay, this is the unit. Let's peel that off. So this is your screen here. I'll show you this working a little bit later on. It's nice. I do prefer the tactile buttons, not these, because these can be pressed accidentally if you just happen to brush against them usually, which isn't the greatest. Let's have a look at this telescopic handle. See, we've got oh yeah, little locks, one each side. It goes out pretty far. That's handy. Great, we'll have a look inside. And of course it's the other way. So this is your dual zone. It's got the divider in there, which is always pretty good. And that just slips out when you got it in the 90-degree position, which means you can reverse it. Not that way, obviously. Looking at the inside here, we have a little cutting board. It's not very thin, not very thick, but hey, it's usable. Be a good little cheese board or something, I suppose. That's definitely not the most exciting part about this. So we'll get rid of the lid. Oh, first though, I'll put it back on. Yep. Yeah, so one side in first, then the other. I'll give it a little... Oh, it does feel pretty solid. I'll give it a stand test with it, trying not to bump the camera. Oh, little crunch. So maybe don't stand on it. But it held up to 100 kilos there, with just a little crunch of the foam inside. So not too bad. You've got your little baskets. Sometimes it's better with these, and sometimes they just take up space. So it's up to you whether you want to use them. It does circulate air a little bit better when they're in place. Oh yep, we've got a little drain plug. just pops in and out. There's little silicone seals there, 2 of, so it should seal pretty good. If you are having sealing problems, usually a bit of Vaseline or grease or something, just put on those O-rings. You can use plumber's grease if you want, if you've got some. We'll put this back in. And the little mystery box. What have we got? So we've got cigarette lighter adapter. This does look very similar to the plug on my Evercool, so I may just be able to use the same cable. But cigarette plug, yep. Oh, and the other, whatever name plug that is, can't remember. Doesn't look to be a fuse in there. I can't see a fuse in there, but there might be in this section. Maybe. And we've got the adapter, which is just like a normal sort of laptop one, I suppose. So we got 14.5 volts, so yeah, it likes running at a bit more than 12, obviously. Saves it from drawing too many amps from the through the cable. So yeah, not much to see there. And the usual power cord, no earth. I'll give you a little look at the booklet, so you can take your little screenshots there, and if there's anything relevant that you want to see or read about, or there we go. On that, food storage. Sounds amazing. There's your fault codes. So I'll give you a bit longer with the fault codes there. Make sure you can get a good screenshot of that. And that's the app, is it? Yeah, so if you wanted to use that, I mean, it's probably moderately useful, but usually the star ratings on these things aren't real good. So I'll take these out for now, and we'll have a look at the outside of the unit. So there's your side-on view. Wheel feels reasonably solid, well, solid enough anyway. The plastics are all pretty good quality. They don't look to be weak or anything. It's quite sturdy construction, actually. And I like how this is mounted quite well with these guides here. That's really good. It's got some plastic bumpers on the corners, front corners only, because obviously you've got the wheels there. So the base is, yeah, once again, nice sort of sturdy plastic. Got your sticker there, which I'll give you a shot of. So what do we got there? 1224 volt, 1.2 to 0.5 amp. Doesn't actually give you a wattage rating on there, but anyway. Not much to see on this side. Once again, just sturdy plastic. And this side's got your handle, which is, yeah, nowhere near as good as the Evercool. The Evercool one you can actually use to tie the fridge down. It's very sturdy, and it's got a metal sort of pipe handle in here. This is sort of, you know, does it come out? Yeah, might be captive, but yeah, nowhere near the quality of the Evercool there. And yeah, it says solar input. Oh, see, that's why it doesn't have a fuse in the cable, because it's got a fuse in here. which I can't quite get. Fork it. I'll fork it for you. So we've got a 15 amp fuse, which it's not very solid in there, that's for sure. Okay, it's just sitting in a couple of terminals. But yeah, 15 amp. A little bit difficult to get back in because there's no guides, it's just literally the terminals. So you have to line it up. Oh, interesting. It's actually quite hard to get. Keep that in mind. Oh, there we go, okay. Yeah, there's no guides, there's literally just the little clamp terminals, which are sticking up out in the middle of nowhere. That's why it's a bit janky. Oh, yep, that's... Yeah, well, it works. It works. So this is... fork that. This is your battery box here. Oh. We've got some vent holes through there. So obviously the fan, there's probably a fan inside here. You can't quite see in there, which is... could be a problem. But yeah, there's a lot of terminals there. What have we got? 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 little terminals there. Is there any more? Yeah, so there's no high-powered terminals anywhere. It's literally just those 6 little pins. So I'm not sure how it draws that many amps through those tiny little pins, but it does apparently. But yeah, the holes at the back are obviously to keep the heat away from the battery, so it sort of draws a bit of air through that little box there. But if anything, you've got a little storage place for a cable. Oh, that's a little bit difficult to get back on. That's the only thing that's kind of weak and shitty about this whole thing. Yeah, not sure about the longevity of that. Oh, I suppose in the handle too. I'll just be careful about those 2 things. Everything else is pretty sturdy. But yeah, I might get it turned on and we'll have a quick look at the controls. Alright, so we'll get this plugged in. It's not going to be anything too special. Well, the cord, I'll show you the cord. It's actually quite short from the unit. I can fit all of that on screen, which is a disappointment. And this is quite heavy, so hopefully you can have it somewhere where it's not dangling from the port. Oh, there's a little beep. You probably didn't hear that. And there's a little white LED light on that side. Oh, it's on both sides actually. And are we going to see the screen? Hopefully I can just have it here for you. So short press on. That display is very dim. So it's showing 17 degrees on that side, 18 on this side. I might just rearrange the camera. Alright, you can see a very flickery display there. And the compressors just started running while I was off camera, so sorry about that. So we've got, it says press the plus to get into, oh, I didn't even press that. I just hovered over that and it went into, you don't even have to press it, my goodness. So basically every time you brush anywhere near this, you're going to be pressing buttons, which is actually quite disappointing, isn't it? Because I literally didn't even press that. Just hovering over it. Oh, closer. Yep. Without touching it, it still enters that mode. So anyway, so that's the big section, and then you press this button to get in the little section, which is set to -20. So we'll set that about, let's say, -12, so it's not running too hard, and that goes back to, that's your max setting, eco, max, right. And you can actually turn zones off, which I'm not sure why you would want to, but we'll have a look at the manual there. So when the power's on, we're looking at number 6. When the power's on, you can long press the plus and the settings for 3 seconds to turn the big zone on and off, and the negative and settings to turn them off. So if we long press those two, and there we go. So that, I heard a solenoid close there, or a relay. So that this big zone is now turned off. So you're only running that little zone in here, which could be helpful, especially the other way around, I suppose. So if we turn that back on, there we go, and we'll turn this one off. So there you go. So in the Evercool fridge, this section is the only section that's cooled, and this is kind of, yeah, we'll call it lukewarm. It is cool in here, but it is good for sort of butter, that sort of temperature. Anything like cheese or milk or meat or anything, if you put it in this section, it'll go off. Whereas in this fridge, which is only half the size of it, that's actually a freezer. Or you can set both to freezer, I think. Yeah, so we'll have a look at that temperature in there. Okay, so you can go to -20 in the large section as well. So that's pretty handy. So you can set either to freezer. I'll set that about 0, and we might turn that one back on by holding those two in, and there we go. So that's the controls for you. It's very quiet, I can say that. I'll try and get the motor a bit closer to the camera for you. You're literally not going to hear it over the ambient noise in this area. It's a lot quieter than the Evercool, that's for sure. And I can feel those sides are getting... Okay, these ones aren't quite getting cold. They're cool, but this bigger section is actually getting very cold on the walls there already. Oh, I just heard it kick up. Okay, so the speed of the compressor is ramping up there now, so not sure what that's about. It's speeding up a lot, actually. Well, it might just take off in a second. Who knows? Or it could blow up. Either way. Well, that's it, folks. The Brass Monkey 35 litre dual zone fridge freezer.